but it's in close proximity though.
All right, man. Well, shoot, man. I don't know if y'all are calling for it or hoping it don't get your way, man. But well, whatever way it comes, I hope y'all stay safe.
Oh, we definitely appreciate that, sir.
Absolutely, absolutely. LT, man, you got something really nice and spicy tonight to discuss? What we got?
Man, I got a 2-piece dinner, man, like Popeye spicy.
hey, give me that fish sandwich. That's what I want.
Eating all healthy and all. It's still in the same grease. Hey, look, you eating a fish sandwich from Popeyes. It's the same grease. You know that, right?
Hey, I ain't saying I was trying to eat it all healthy. I just like that. That's all that is. I just enjoy me a fish sandwich every now and then.
From Popeyes.
I don't eat them often, but when I do.
I don't want to offend nobody, but I just had some fish, but it was salmon. Yes, Lord.
The good stuff.
That's all right, man. Hey, I'm en route right behind you.
That's that good stuff.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.
What's up there, DJ? Are you in home or you on the road?
And I am at the house. I'm at home, my brother. How's everyone?
All is well. All is well.
Clay making moves, baby. Clayway. The Clayway. That's what he doing.
Hey, I didn't want to start too early, man. But look, man. Let me just say, is this recording already yet, LC?
Yes, it is.
Oh man, well look.
What I need to do? What I need to do?
Oh no, you don't need to stop it. I just give the full at the end. When I tell you, Joe, man, I told him today, man, the finesser, man. He finessed something so nice, y'all. Woo. We'll talk about it later on. I think the Colonel up for the night, right? Colonel.
Nah, he not. He had some stuff come up. And it actually caused him not to be able to speak tonight, but he gonna get us next week.
I totally understand, man.
You just being all too modest, man. Hey, I appreciate the love and the feedback, support. I really do. But being just too modest, man.
Hey, man, now those who know Joe, hey, man, that's just being humble. Look, since we haven't started, man, I'm gonna give y'all a taste teaser, man, of what Joe just did. A deal came through, nice deal, nice spread, everything. It was an uncle who, after Skip tracing her address, her uncle came back with a number, and he was dead to go. He's ready, but he was not the person. Basically, the what you call it, Joe. He's not the decision maker in the ordeal. So spoke with him and texted with him for maybe a week or so, no more than 2 weeks. And he gives a number to his niece, who basically is the decision maker from what we think and everything, man. And he gave us the number, got on a conference call with Joe and the niece. And y'all, let me tell you, man, Joe. Hey, Joe, if Joe tell me cheese on the moon, man, I'm gonna bring him crackers, man. I'm telling you.
Man, you wild, man. You wild, man.
That Joe for you right there.
Hey, but that's a teaser for you. But at the end, man, if we had time with all that, I give y'all the rest of it, man. But that's a teaser for you, man.
Hey, you know how they say,
gonna burn your ear.
Hey, DJ.
Come on.
You know how they say Bono?
Bodo?
Bo knows.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. Yeah, Bo Jackson.
Joe knows. Joe knows.
Come on here.
Hey, man, look, man.
Hold on, don't let him say that yet. Don't let him say that yet, LT. Let me stay on it. It's still a teaser. And look, watch this. And you saying Joe knows, hey, man, look. He knows, he had the audacity to tell me, man, it's just I got a little more experience, man. This guy he has it. Joe has it, y'all. I'm telling you. And I'm telling you, hey, look, humbly, man, my guy has it. He finessed this thing. The young lady stated that she was not interested. She just wanted to go through the foreclosure. After I got Joe on the phone with her, at the end, man, let me get in contact with my people, man, and let's work something out. Oh man, Joe got it. Joe, you got it, my brother. I got to give it to you, man. I got to give it to you. Joe got it, man. He finessed that thing. The finesse.
Hey, that's why I keep him close, man. You know, they say you keep your friends closer, you keep your enemy closer. He ain't no enemy. He my friend. I want to keep him close.
Hey, Joe, if I may, I'm going to say in my Denzel voice, my man.
My man. I'm telling y'all, look, if nobody get on, I give you a full story. But, man, Joe, he finessed it. Woo, I thank you. He finessed it.
I tell you, I tell you what, man. While we are, people are still chiming in right now. It's only 7 of us. I say, just go ahead and we can discuss the opportunity, and then I know we have an opportunity with Shannon. We can discuss it, and then hey, I can put my spin and 2 cents in on it at the end. But so yeah, I'll zip it, and we'll listen to Clay. Clay, take it away, baby.
Okay, well, look, he gave me the green light. Okay, here we go. So it's a property that I saw Joe use as an example. Hey, man, Monday is real. He was sharing his screen. This was last week, y'all. A week before last. And he was sharing his screen with this app he was showing that he uses where he finds pre-foreclosures or foreclosure deals. So when Joe pulled it up just in a demonstration, man, when I tell you pay attention, DJ Clay wrote down the address. Yes, I did. And after writing down the address, I skip traced the address. And so after skip tracing, I got in contact with what I said earlier. I got in contact with an uncle of this property where the spread can be amazing. But the biggest thing, in spite of the spread, is that the fact that it's so many ways that depending on what we choose to do or whatever the case may be, to close the deal. But the biggest thing is getting it under contract. So with that, I wrote down, skip trace. I reached out. I got in contact with an uncle. The uncle was telling me that he was waiting on basically after this storm that occurred, a FEMA ordeal, what they were going to give or whatever the numbers. Now, this is not the decision maker, but obviously he had conversation because the property is vacant. And with the property being vacant, he's in Chicago. And the niece who ended up having the conversation today with Joe in a conference call, she's here in Texas. So what happened was, called him. He said, yeah, man, I want to do something with the property. Let me give you a call back probably in a couple of weeks or whatever the case may be. Now, this was 2 Mondays ago. So when I reached out to him and I said, okay, well, I'm not going to give this guy the full 2 weeks. Hey, man, the way Joe give it to me, hey, man, you call him next week. So that I did, because if the deal goes through, it could be beneficial. So with that, I called the guy the next week and I told him, hey, look, I'm trying to follow up with you and see what you want to do. Did you hear anything for us from FEMA? If not, we would like to make a cash offer, on the property or whatever the case may be. Speaking, of course, in third person, I'm not the decision maker. How did you get my number? All the stuff that's been spoken, it happened. So after that, he texted me. So now he texted me, he said, okay, I'll reach back out to you. So on yesterday, I spoke with Joe and I say, Joe, man, look, I'm gonna go buy this guy's house because this guy's saying basically he's looking for some type of money. He wants something, and he doesn't want anything to do with the property because it is vacant. So Joe said, well, man, look, from what it showed on Zillow, because you got an eye for it, on Zillow, it showed that the house had a actual a marking saying that I guess they came around saying that they're going to foreclose on the property or however. So I said, I'll put the address in my GPS. It wasn't 45 minutes away from me. So I said, okay, let me get on the road and go here. So me and we've texted back and forth a couple of times. Joe said, man, take a picture of his door to let him know. And, hey, man, we need to get the ball rolling if you want to actually trying to actually save this house or get rid of the house or whatever you're trying to do with the actual property or whatever the case. I see a car in the yard. It looks like somebody's living in the house, maybe. The yard is cut and everything. So I said, hey, can't take that picture, but I can call. I call a guy. He said, hey, man, I was going to call you today, meaning today about 4 o'clock, and let you know, man, what I'm trying to do with the property and everything. I said, okay, fine. So in that, 4 o'clock ends up being 5 o'clock. Me and Joe worked out a time together where he was going to be available and everything. And I called a guy. He picked up. Well, I called the guy. I'm sorry. I called the guy the first time, didn't answer. This is at 5. He said he's going to call me at 4. I called him like right back. That's the Joe technique. Again, called him a third time in a row. He didn't answer. Within 5 minutes, the guy calls me back. I text Joe, he was available. We got on a conference call. We had the conversation. He said that, hey, his niece is basically the person want to speak to. I take it that she is the granddaughter of the actual lady who owns the property, which she she is deceased. Yeah, she is deceased. She passed 3 years ago. However, but what happened was in the conversation, informed her that got her number from her uncle. What does she want to do with the property? This is me talking, going good. And basically like, I'm gonna just wait for the foreclosure. Joe texts me, man, merge me in. And as I say, the finesse, man, Joe changed his young lady, the granddaughter, from wanting to say, hey, I'm gonna just wait for a foreclosure, and I'm gonna just take whatever it is, to, hey, let's have a conversation. Let me get in contact with my people so you'll be able to look at the property and do the things you need to do, and then we can move forward and try to work something out. So that's what happened with me today with Joe.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Man, hey, Clay, like I said, Clay, without his energy and efforts, man, it wouldn't have been a conversation. So, he took the initiative to actually, get out there and schedule a call. Many of us, we say we're about it, but, we fail to take the necessary action to produce the results. Now, if this is going to lead to an actual transaction, occurring, who knows yet? Still early in the process. But I mean, it's an excellent learning experience for me and for Clay. Because that's what it's all about. Repetition. The more reps you do, the better you get, better your performance should get. Then we get the desired results that we're looking for. So kudos to Clay for, because I just showed the deal. I wasn't interested in it personally, based upon the location, but hey, I like the spread. What's the spread on the as far as what they owe right now and what the property's worth?
The spread is $100K, man.
There you go. And here I am saying I wasn't interested in it. What kind of foolish man am I? What kind of foolish man am I? But that's how it is. What's one man's trash, another man's treasure. And because Clay is in that area right there, as he said, 30, 40 minutes away, shoot, he said, hold on. Anybody home? Okay, let me look you up. So, hey, he took that action, and now, hey, look, we have a potential opportunity to, close out the deal, man. So kudos to him. Does anyone have any questions about anything? Oh, go ahead.
No, you good. I appreciate that, Joe. Man, but I must say, just the fact that the knowledge from yourself, LT, excuse me, all together, man, you were using it as an example in my neck of the woods in Houston. I just jumped on it because you was using the example. So, and look, it could be, as you just stated, $100K spread, man. So, I mean, hey, man, I'm paying attention, man. So what y'all giving? It's lovely, man. You using that app or whatever, the site that you use, just as an example, man. I just picked it up, man, and come to find out, we are where we are right now.
Yeah, let me recap for those who got on a little late. So basically, DJ is telling him about a couple weeks ago, Joe used an example on a Monday call, and instead of him just listening to the example, he wrote down the address, said it was in his neck of the wood. He skip traced the address to find out who owned that property using his Propelio app. And then after he skipped trace, he found someone. He spoke to the person. The person said they waiting for money from some other company and all this and that. Went back and forth, but he was persistent, keep calling, kept contacting the person, and finally got the real information of who he needed to talk to after calling several times back to back. Not only did he make phone calls, he drove 45 minutes to this property to check the property out. He noticed a car was in the yard. He went to the house to take a picture of the door to see if it's the foreclosure sign on the door to show the owner that, hey, they've been closing your property, to give a sense of urgency. It's a ninja trick to make sure the person call you back. They know you're not just skip tracing and on the phone and just on the internet, or just found some paperwork and said, okay, I seen some mail or I seen some information about the person. Now they know it's serious, right? So that was a ninja trick that Joe taught him to do. And instead of him saying, I doubt it, Joe, man, you crazy. He took action and believed in what Joe said and did it. And when he went and did it, action paid off. Not only that, he used Propelio to find out what's the status of the person. Then he used Zillow to see what's the status of the home compared to the other houses in the market. So Propelio tell you how much the market is. Zillow tell you how much the house is worth after value market. This is how much houses are selling for possibly in that area. Realtor and all kind of other sites you go to. Trulia can give you those numbers. But the most important thing that DJ said is he believed, he listened, and he took action. He believed in what Joe told him. He listened to the example and listened to what Joe said do, and he took action. And that's why Joe saying, bro, we wouldn't be where we at if you didn't take action. So to everybody on the call, guys, 2000, invest now, 2021. Thank you, man, so much for taking action. Thank you so much for paying attention. Thank you so much for being coachable. Hey, DJ, I got one question. Would you have done all the steps you did if you didn't have a coach?
Oh, no, not at all, man. That's simple. Not at all. I can also say, no, not at all.
Hey, look, DJ, riddle us all this, man. Tell us what you would have done just based off of if you wouldn't be able to call Joe, if you wouldn't be able to call me, if you didn't know nothing about us and you would have just came across a foreclosure on a home, just try and erase everything you did and say what you thought you would have done at first, what you would have done on your own.
The only thing I would have done, I would have went the only route that I think that I knew and know and thought that only existed would have been trying to wholesale that, and wholesale that. I wouldn't have been nowhere near. I wouldn't have got the deal because I would have been saying a house that's it's under $200,000 worth. Hey, can I buy your house for $40,000? And like, no. And then okay, well, on to the next one. Like, man, this a whole deal. Not knowing and having the conversation, like say with yourself and Joe, man, that I even would have went about the whole. I mean, for one, it's just having the conversation. And let me just put this on the front end of it, if I can. See, this is I'm that student that's 2 years in trying to do this thing, like and that's from watching the YouTubes and this, that, and the third. From just not even 6 months, huh, Joe? Maybe a year. Not even a year, though. But getting with Joe and with LT and just the actual knowledge, and you don't have to make all the mistakes yourself, man. And it's a art to it. I just would have tried to wholesale at LT, and it wouldn't have been. They would have just hung up and would have been on to the next one. But the fact that I was able to discuss the deal with Joe, and he tell me, hey man, looking at the numbers, this is the spread, and that this is actually a good deal and everything like that. I mean, yeah.
So you trying to tell me that after Joe found out it was a good deal, he didn't say, hey, move out the way, let me have that deal back?
Oh, no, man. You know what? Okay, I mean, I know, look, right? No, Joe ain't like that, you know that, but honestly, the biggest thing is, what I like about it, and I can say it freely, is that Joe would ask me, what do I think my options are, or what can I do, if this works or if that works. Then he gives me his input. It's not like, hey, you should just do it this way. He wants to see where my mind is and where I'm thinking, or what strategies are what creative ways that these are your options. This is what you can or cannot do, you know, in that. And if you don't know, you don't know, you know. So no, it wouldn't have been a deal for me, LT.
So check this out. Let's stay there. What about
It wouldn't have been a deal.
You talked about you talked to the young man on the phone a couple of times. You finally got action, but what really made you get to the root of finding out who? Hey, turn your video on if you can, man. You can turn your video on. We talking to you.
Man, I'm out here, man. I'm outside amongst the stars, man. Look,
man, hey, I want to see the muscles, man.
You won't even be able to see me. Look, you won't even be able to see me. I got it on right now.
Okay, good. Turn it out. You know what
I'm saying? Look,
I thought you been showing them muscles. I'm like, I don't want to see all that.
This guy. No.
But no, go ahead. Check this out. So with you say you called a young man on the phone 3 times, and then you had to call Joe and put on 3-way, right?
Right.
Why do you feel the need to call?
Times in a row. No. That's the thing. And Joe said this, and it's stuff that I just picked up, man. Like, you know, you got to get your nuggets when they drop. Like, I've heard Joe say that one time before. I call a guy. Now he's not answered my calls when I called him. Let me say that. When I would call, he would pick up, you know. But I called the first time and it went to voicemail. That's the first time it ever happened to me. Well, Joe said, hey man, you call again, because this is a deal. You get what I'm saying? Or this is and it's also not, I'm saying a deal, but you're in a position where you can help somebody, but in the process of helping somebody, of course, you're helping yourself. Whatever that looks like. You get what I'm saying? If it's a property, whatever it is. So help me help you, help me. So I called the first time and went to the voicemail, hung up, called right back. So if the phone rung 5 times on you, you just got hit with 10 times right now. Didn't answer again, call right back. So I just hit him with the 15 times of calls, man. Like seriously, not even 5 minutes later, because that shows an individual person. Hey, this person is trying to get in contact with me. I told him to lock my number in. Obviously, he when I called him the other day, he answered. Hey, I was gonna call you. So you got my number locked in. I'm reaching out for a reason. So hit him back, then he called me. And after he called me, we started talking.
So when you start to him, he just let you put Joe in on 3-way?
Well, no, I told him what was the language that I actually used. He basically started to tell me about his niece, this, that, and the third.
Yeah,
and
you told him, if you don't mind me interjecting, you
go ahead. Go right
said,
ahead.
Hey, you know what? I have my. He said, I have my numbers guy here on the other line on standby. So you know, he's here for these types of conversations. Let me conference him in really quick. And I was already there on mute. You know, I was there on mute the whole time, and I like to listen in. That way, you know, I can send, text messages, suggestions, questions to ask, things to say. And then whenever it's like, okay, hey, look, I feel like, he can use my assistance. Anyone, he or she can use my assistance. Hey, I go ahead and say, hey, conference me in. And then, hey, I get on the line and, then we, start and continue the conversation. So David did a tremendous job with, because he skip traced the owner of the property, couldn't get the owner, but he's like, look, this is $100,000. Hey, I'm gonna call who it says next of kin. So he called everyone and got to the brother. And then, he looked at, okay, well, hey, look, you got Keys, and then you got, I can't remember the lady's last name.
Cottonham.
You got Keys and you got Cottonham. So sums up, I said, well, hey, she probably got married, became a Cottonham, because that's her brother Keys. So I said, so now, we can start kind of like piecing the story together. But in essence, it was really consistency that has gotten us a seat at the table. Now it's up to, to him and I to deliver, because it's easy for someone who wanted to walk away, but oh, nope, I'm done. It's not my name. It's not my house. I don't care what happens to it. So for me and David, we have to be smart enough, clever enough, creative enough to sweeten the pot to where it can be worth their time. But we have to be very mindful that we don't want to overuse their time either. Because if it, hey, if we're asking them for an hour, that may be too much. So we need to ask them for what we need what we need, not what we want, but what we need. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and move forward with this process. So that's, kudos to David for that. Like I said, I mean, he saw it. I mean, hey, he saw the lead. He like, oh, I'm gonna hop on this. This is my backyard. He saw it, and so, and this is what I really enjoyed about is that this was a planned call. It was a planned call. Hey, my schedule fills up, as you guys know. It fills up like crazy. And so he kept, respond, hey, you got some time now? Cool. I called him. He like, hey, look, I'm finna do this right now. I'm finna call the guy back right now. Go on mute. Done. So what I like about him is he was mindful, respectful of the time I had, allotted and available, but he stayed consistent on both sides. He stayed consistent with the guy that can assist him with closing the deal. He stayed consistent with the guy that can assist him, Mr. Keys, with getting the deal jump started. So kudos to like I said, David, for that, man. Because so many of us we would have just not taken the action, for whatever reason, But he's like, hey, it's $100,000. It's $100,000. And now whenever you get involved in a transaction like this, the traditional method of, okay, well, hey, purchase sale, toss it out the window, because it's additional steps that you have to do, additional layers to peel back that onion, that you have to get through. So for him and I, with having the experience, with him, with having the actual connection, we come together and we see if we can make something beautiful happen at the end. That's it. That's it.
That's good.
It is, man. This creative financing and having the understanding of how to, I don't even want to say manipulate the banks, but how to speak their language. I'm telling, when I say speak their language, I'm telling you, if you take the things that I do, the things that we do, not just I, but we do, we take this to an attorney who deals with bankruptcy, who deals with foreclosures, all this stuff. He or she, they're going to tell you, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. And I'm going to say, shit, watch me. Why? Watch. I don't feel like Mims. This is why I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? Watch me. But that's the reason why we don't give up, because the average person says it can't be done. Nope. In life, everything is about who do we need, what do we need. Now let's build this bridge. That is it. So like I said, kudos to him. Does anyone have any questions about that transaction? Where we're at right now, what our thoughts are, where we're headed?
Opportunity, not.
Yeah, all of that. Yeah, where you are, where you're headed, like the whole thing, the whole nine.
Hey, when we getting started in Denver, Joe?
Hey, Ryan, what's up, brother? All
Sorry,
right, man.
So I didn't want to interrupt, but I was listening in there.
I got you. Okay, man. Hey,
I'll go back on mute now. I just want to say hi.
But hey, look, we don't want to see your face. We want to see the baby girl, man. We're not interested in you. So. That's awesome. Maybe later. All right, cool. Deal. Okay, so Tremaine, with this deal here, we're in that state now. We're still in that discovery state. We started piecing the story together. The mother passed away. The daughter, once she passed away, the daughter transitioned out of the home. She hasn't been back in the home for 3 years, but we know someone's been going in and out of the home, which we discovered was her aunt. So the daughter was like, hey, when my mother passed away, the house was in bankruptcy. Then, hey, I tried to talk to the banks and things like that. And then, hey, I just gave up. So daughter doesn't care what happens right now. We said, well, hey, can we get access to the property? Why do you need to see access? So, we went through that story, but essentially where we're at is the daughter's reaching out to the aunt. So now we have to bridge that. We've bridged the gap from the uncle to the daughter. Now we have to bridge the gap from the daughter to the aunt, because it sounds like if any type of monetary exchange takes place, all three of them is going to have to be included. So it's important for us to, to understand that and know that going in.
Like I said, it's $100,000 online. So $100,000. I'll say it one more time if y'all didn't understand that.
Come on,
$100,000.
Joe. Come on.
So
100K.
hey, I'm telling you, man. So so now what we're gonna do is tomorrow we're gonna follow up. We told the Alexis that, hey, we'll follow up with you, and we'll do it via text because we don't want to impede on your day that you have going on. So we'll just shoot you a text, and then you kind of direct us from there. And the goal is going to be is to get the aunt's information, get her aunt's phone number.
Hey,
So
Joe.
because we're just following the chain. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Joe, no, and pause on that, because if I could paint the entire picture for everybody who's on tonight, from what Joe just stated on those lines, like Joe basically he influenced her. I mean, indirectly, not in a negative way. That the next time we reach out, it's going to be text. Everybody texts. We know that. Everybody won't pick up a phone call. So even to hear Joe when he was having that part of the conversation, like, hey, the next time we talk, when we figure out whatever we figure out, we're just going to text you. So we know that you received the message, and we just let you know what's going on. Like even those little small details was like, man. So I wanted to point that out with you, Joe. Like most definitely for those as this was going through. So I appreciate all that, man.
Absolutely. That's it's just setting expectations and letting them know that we understand their time is valuable and important. And what we did understand is that, hey, they're not interested. They don't care what happens to the house. But we knew this.
For real.
Yeah. They don't care what happened to the house because they had already packed up, moved out. But the uncle, hey, I'm waiting on a check for FEMA. So we know that, hey, if it's some type of cash that can float around, we might be talking their language. We might be speaking their language. So our next steps is, follow up with Alexis, and then, try to get in contact with the aunt and schedule that time to actually walk through and view the property. Because we can do that, we know which direction we need to take. But in essence, we feel comfortable and confident, as long as there's no major structure to the property, that, this would probably be a flip, purchase, renovate, put on the market. So it'll be a really, really good process for David, because he'll get an opportunity not only to find the actual asset. Now he'll get an opportunity to start understanding the financing side, how you piece together a deal financially without any of his money, without any of his credit. Then from there, which we've already raised the capital for David, or let me not say for him, but with him. So then from there, he'll learn, how to find contractors, how to negotiate with contractors, what are their commitments, what is, his commitment. Then, hey, start that process. Then it goes to the fun stuff. In the beginning, it's fun, the demolition, starting to piece it, to tear it down, then put it all back together. Then, it gets the chance to go to the closing table to actually sell the property. So that is our goal with this one asset. But at the same time, I told him, all right, brother, hey, look, you high enough. It's time for you to sit that one on the shelf. You come back to it tomorrow on the shelf. You come back tomorrow. Now, hey, look, you got other leads you need to be following up on. You know what I mean? So, hey, look, let's keep going, because we don't know what could happen with that transaction. She could go and hit the lottery and decide to pay it off tomorrow, or she could just disappear. We don't know. So we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket. We want to fill them all up. So yeah, that's where we're at there. I don't want to sit tight on that one too long. But that's a great example of David taking initiative, taking action. I know we had another opportunity here. Now, this one here is with Shannon. This deal here, we haven't come up with a solution. And when I say we haven't come up with a solution, because it was just presented to me, I want to say again earlier today. So right now, it's a great opportunity to hear about the deal. And then for us to think about, hey, what kind of creative ways what can we do with this opportunity? What are our options? So this is going to be a great opportunity here David, thanks again, man. Let's definitely bring them back some more good news next week, next Monday. That that this thing is continuing to progress, and also that hey, you got other opportunities in your pipeline. So cool. Let me see if Shannon here. Shannon,
just out of curiosity.
Oh, go ahead.
I dialed in late, a little bit late, but just the opportunity that you guys are working on, was that one of those like deals you found for like the driving for dollars or the Propelio, or like how'd you guys come across that opportunity?
No,
David,
earlier I stated Joe was using this. He was using a site that he had with like pre-foreclosure properties, and he put this address in as an example, and I just wrote the address down and followed up with it for as like skip tracing the owner and getting in contact with the uncle. They got in contact with the niece at the point where that's where we are right now. So it was just that's how that actually came about. That's how that was not like driving for dollars.
Man, kudos to you, brother, for just chasing that down randomly. Right. Wow, kudos to you.
Right. I mean, hey, look, then you got to ask me what was I drinking, man. Hey, I saw it was $100,000 in it. I'm like, I ain't interested. What was I drinking? But we're thankful, DJ. David definitely took the action, man. He is, man. Again, yeah, he's right. Kudos. Two times that. All right, let me see. Shannon, you on the line? Well, I guess not.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here, Joe.
Okay, cool, man. If you can kind of sum up the opportunity that you're working on right now, and then we can kind of brainstorm on what the options are for you, and maybe try to piece this together. And before you start, I'm gonna share this. So, guys, if you have these types of opportunities and you guys are looking for some additional assistance, if you're part of the group as a whole, hey, look, just pick up the phone, give me a call, or shoot me a text, and we'll schedule and coordinate that time. If you're not, just bring your opportunities here on Monday. Bring it here on Monday so we can round table it and we all can discuss it. And the reason why I'm sharing that is because it is very challenging and difficult for me to execute the things that I need to execute on my end, as well as to see and provide that level of support that you guys are seeking and would like. So if you have those opportunities, guys, hey, bring them here. If you're part of the the actual network, man, look, you pick up the phone, shoot me a text, give me a call, whatever it is, and we'll get on it ASAP. So, okay, Shannon, take it away, brother. Did we lose him? Shannon, you there?
No, he there. He there. I don't know what he doing over there. He might be, man, you caught him while he was eating.
Hey, look, he better chew and swallow quick. hey, he better chew and swallow quick.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go and clean your mouth, man. Get that food off your mouth.
Man, am my camera on?
Nah.
Oh. Hey, I'm over here eating for real, man. I know this camera ain't on, man. This thing been on the whole time. All right. Hey, man, y'all cut that out, man. Hey, okay, all right, man. First, most definitely, man, the wife and I, man, we want to shout out to the circle, man, that we deal with on the most. Man, Mr. Joe, you know what I'm saying? Definitely a pioneer, man, that gets in, gets dirty in this thing, man. When I think about Joe, I think about that Navy SEAL, even though I know LT is the service man that puts in work for the service, man. Thank you for your service. But I think about that Navy SEAL that does what they call that crawl LT when you get on your stomach and use your elbow.
The low crawl.
Man, that's Joe, man. Joe the SEAL that's gonna get the low crawl, jump up right on the deal before the deal can even see it. Boom, it's done, dog. The deal ain't even see him coming. So that's my mind of Joe, man. LT, hey, LT got them drones. He gonna hit the button and it's gonna be wiped out the map. And I know that's Jahmillah over there. That's the Weber. Jahmillah remind me of Eagle Eye, man. She see it all, dog. She got it. So, man, my team, man, y'all dope, man. Shout out to Joe, LT, and Jahmillah. Man, I'm a young guy, man. I was exposed to this opportunity through Joe. I met some awesome people, still meet more people. I continue to say, man, you know, it's not necessarily what you don't know. It's basically sometimes all boils down to who you know. So you got a great circle here. Anything you lack, you got people that know it. ALT done told y'all over and over again, stop going to go pay for something he done already paid for. Go ahead, holler at him. He done already paid for it. You can just use it. Let's make a deal. So on my end and the wife end, man, we pretty much I say is an out front couple people watch us. They like to keep up with things that we do. We're influencers. I'll say that. Lady inboxed me out the blue. Lady I've known for maybe 4 or 5 years now. She said, okay, I'm finally ready to sell my home. Won't you come over and do a walkthrough for me and tell me what's my budget to get everything fixed? So when this lady first reached out to me, I'm like, man, what's she talking about? You know, this ain't my expertise. You know, I don't know nothing about this. So I got nervous. I knew the only person I could really wake up this late at night and get a response would be ALT less than 5 minutes. So I hit ALT, ALT, hey, man, pull up this address. Give me some proc screen numbers on it. So he pulled it up. He said, from what I can see, this is what you're looking at. I said, all right, cool. We talked. He said, what you want to do? I say, man, I really want to, I want to kind of look at it. I say, but LT, I ain't got the money. He say, well, you need to come up with the resources to do what you need to do. You know, JB, whatever, man. You know, that's what you need to do. He say, just make it happen. So we got out. I spoke with Joe about it, and Jahmillah was picking at me the other day, and it's funny, y'all, because I hadn't had the opportunity to go see the home, but she picked at me today. Well, she wasn't picking, she was congratulating me the day I was going to go see it. And she was like, man, congratulations on your first one. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, Jahmillah, what you talking about? She was like, well, I saw you share the home. I said, no, that's something I'm doing. Me and Joe, it's still Joe's home. I'm just helping push it. But that same day, man, I walked right over there and the lady was like, cool, I'll let you put it under contract. So Jahmillah, you spoke that thing on me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We got the house under contract. The lady is actually very understanding. She's a owner of a home. It's a VA home. She has a VA loan on it. She still has a mortgage on it for $125. She's in her 13th year. Her 13th year of her mortgage. Her mortgage is only $1,000 and like $27 a month. We kind of went in and found that out. Jahmillah helped me pull those actual numbers, so I appreciate that, Jahmillah. We looked into it. She's actually looking to try to move from the home. She was interested in actually selling the home with doing all the upgrades to it. So as I walked through her home, I gave her what she asked me. She asked me to give her everything that she thinks she needed to be fixed to sell her home at top value for what the home is worth. So, hey, I left there. I quoted her from what I've learned, $25K. You got $25K in repairs to get this home tip-top shape to be sold at max volume. I say, but versus you spending $25K, then trying to turn around and sell your home, paying 15% to the agent, won't you let me introduce you to some of my business partners? Not me, but the people that gave me the avenue to get you to inbox me to say, come look at my home. Let me introduce you to them. I say it's several of them. I say, but one particular guy, I'm gonna put you on the phone with. She said, okay. I called Joe. Prior to me calling Joe, she said, but why would I have to cash flow this deal in my name for 4 to 5 years? I said, you know what? Listen, guys, you don't have to know it all. I say, you know what? That's a good question because I don't know either. Let's find out. So I picked up the phone. I called Joe. I said, Joe, hey, I got Ms. Jones here. Ms. Jones is interested in knowing why do she have to keep the home in her name in the creative way of doing this cash flow for 4 or 5 years, because she's interested in buying another home, but she don't want her VA ticket to be tied up. Now, he go to Joe that y'all was just talking about a few minutes ago. He basically got her to clearly understand facts about the VA loan for home buying that she did not have no probable way of knowing, and made everything now. Let's see what we can do here. So with that being said, she basically came to the terms of saying, I want to do business, but this is what I want to do. I want y'all to tell me what is the maximum amount that I could walk away from this deal with you guys still being able to benefit. Most sellers don't give you that option. That's why I like her. She understands we need to make some money too. So we got 125 mortgage still remaining on the home. The ARV of the home, we got one comp that was pulled for the value of the home at $167K. The home is listed right now for $151K, and I think the average actual area quote that LT pulled, I think when he first looked at it that night for me, came back roughly for the area 148,000. So with that being said, we're looking at roughly mortgage that is we'll just say $1,000. We got 125K left, and we got basically an ARV of pretty much 150. All the way revamped, we looking at 167.
So let me cut in real quick. I believe, honestly, when I sent you those numbers, I sent you the lowball numbers. So that 150 may be the lowball number.
Yeah, because we actually did pull 167 for it.
So let me, Shannon, do you remember? Shannon, do you remember the square footage of that house?
The square footage of the home. Yes. Hold on.
And which address? Don't just give me the street name. Don't give me the address. Give me the street name. I think I got it in my phone. I can't remember.
Rugby.
What's the city too?
Okay, I got you.
Bossier City.
So
Bossier City, Louisiana. Rugby 71111.
So once you can give me the actual zip code, I'm not zip code.
Square footage is 1938.
Okay, so 1938. So that house there, 1938. The ARV on that house is actually about 195 to 200,000.
Yeah,
that's the ARV. The as is, based upon the what my eyes saw in the video that you shared, Shannon. The as is right now is about 150. Okay, so she put her house on the market well, I'm not even going to disclose that part. I'm gonna wait till we get to what you would like to do, and then what my suggestions would be moving forward to close this thing out. So yeah, I'm gonna zip it. But does anyone have it? You got anything else you want to share, Shannon? Anyone have any questions?
Yeah, let me clarify for them. So Shannon, just for your situation awareness, when you call me and I gave you them comps, whenever you go to a person, guys, you don't go to the person and tell them how high a house costs. You look for the low numbers. You look for the areas of how much the house, the lowest houses sold in an area. Those are 3 highlights that you're going to pull together and make a little presentation. And that's what you're going to present to the owner saying, hey, the house on this house is sell for this amount. So the lower that number is, the best. Then when you decide to wholesale the house or to sell the house or to do anything else with the house, that's when you go back and pull more comps and you want the top line. These are the top houses and the prices that you sell a house for. And then you put a presentation together, 1-sheeter or 2-sheeter with all the houses that sold within the last 3 months to 6 months. Mostly you want to stay within 3 months. And you give them that, saying, hey, this is how much this house is worth now, based off of the improvements you made. So that's why you got that low ball number the first time when you called me, because I can't send you over to nobody's house saying your house worth 200,000 and you offer 100, or you offer 40, 50. Nah, we can't do that.
Yeah, and
right, absolutely.
It actually worked out. It actually did work out because I went right back to that, and I hit her with that 148 as the area of what's selling right now in your area. So this is like your ideal line, 148. So yeah, that actually worked out. So I didn't have a clue why he said do it. I just followed the gold road he laid. So yeah.
But I guess I messed you up on that one too, man. Because if you use a wholesale at, you do know what to do right. Everybody know the next step. If you use a wholesale at and you got a comps for 150, let's say 150, what's the next step to that? How much you gonna offer for that house? Just the percentage. Multiply 70% times that. That's your offer. 70% times the 150. If you were planning on wholesaling, right? All right, y'all, come on now, y'all gotta keep up the notes. All right, now, man, let's go on with the deal.
You funny.
All right, so
like
yeah,
some people haven't been doing their homework.
Look at that. There go Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye. Hey, Eagle Eye.
All right, what y'all got, man? Let's go on with what's the next part of that deal? We want to
All right. So yeah, that's fine. Shannon, what do you want to do with this opportunity?
Man, the goal I would like to do with this opportunity is to JV it, tap into the cash flow of it, be able to get the refinance, whether at the upgrade, with the new refinance to get a little bit improvement in the property value, and actually be able to buy the JV contractor out and continue to cash flow the property on my own, or with the wife as our first full asset rental. But I am open to being able to take a decent number during the process up into the actual refinance to where it looks better for the person that I'm JVing with versus the wife and myself. So my whole deal is to be able to just eventually be able to get my hands on that actual cash asset of being able to cash flow it. So I'm looking a little long term here. So it's some room for somebody else to come aboard and be able to play some ball here as well. I do know that she has asked for an offer of an amount that she would like to know what can she have to walk away. I definitely would like to have someone that can come aboard to be able to help with that on that end, as well as be willing to allow not necessarily the break even amount, but I'll say to cash flow something monthly towards the wife and myself as we work our way to the refinance stage, to be able to say thank you for your consideration of that up front, or meeting me halfway, 3/4 of the way, to get this individual to say, here's the deed, here's the keys, thank you for your business, and I tell someone about you, and hopefully you'll be able to do the same thing again with another family. So just trying to get my big toe in the dough, folks. So
I like it. I like it, man, because I while you were speaking, man, I'm sitting here. I thought I already got it worked out. Mentally, I already got it worked out.
It's so
executing is different. But remember when we spoke earlier today, you were driving. Remember, and when we spoke the first time, the first time, I was working with my hands that day. We were staging. So, and what did I say? I said, hey, look, we got to get to where we're stationed, to where we can put this stuff on paper, and then we'll come up with our solutions. So here's the thing. We know that, hey, this deal is about two things. It's about what the seller wants, and two, it's about what Shannon wants, what he hopes to be able to get. So before I go into it and break it down, does anyone have any ideas of what of how they would structure this, or are looking for any type of additional information before I start.
Recap on them numbers, Shannon, real quick, man. I know 167, 125, 148, and $1,000 mortgage, right?
1,027. 125K mortgage balance.
Are we gonna do a subject to this property or not?
Great question. Who asked that question?
That's Vincent.
This is Vincent.
Great question. So Vincent, with the subject to, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, I got a couple properties on subject to, so I love subject to. I can go to subject to. I will leave it like that because everything remain the same. You just take over the payment, then you can rent it out.
I got dropped.
Okay, hold on one second, Shannon. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue, Vincent. You love them, and
if you can leave it as subject to, you can look at what he can rent it for, and he might be a private doing that route. If not, me personally, I would take it and I would put it on Airbnb and keep rolling.
Okay, so that's the end goal. Once you acquire the asset, you would put it on Airbnb, and that's how your method for cash flowing it, which is cool. So and with the subject to, for those that not familiar with the term, is basically the seller deeds over the property to you, to the new buyer, subject to the existing mortgage stand in place. So on the title, you own, the new buyer owns the property. The mortgage is just in the seller's name. So why does that work sometimes? Because the seller is just fed up, tired of, just don't want to deal with the property anymore. Just don't want to go through the hassle. So it's an easy, quick solution if it makes sense for them. Okay. And I love them too, Vincent. I'm with you. So tell me, so here's the thing, Vince, with this. So subject to works, but we have this young lady who, she said that young lady, I'm gonna say she's a young lady. We have this young lady who has a VA loan. She's already using one of her certificates on this VA loan, and she would like to go and purchase another property. Okay. So what happens if, or when she goes to go to purchase another property, and they see that, hey, look, you got 2 VA loans here. Okay. You're approved based upon credit, but now your DTI is a little bit off because now you can't afford both loans. What happens there if you just execute a subject to?
Right, you're gonna be able to go on that. Right.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that, but I think that being a soldier, that will max out her ability to really maneuver. If she can't offload that property, it will free up some room for her to purchase what she wants. So if she can get that out of her hands and off of her record and off her credit, that gives her mobility. But if it's still on her record, she's kind of stuck.
Great. I mean, I love it because that right there, Mr. Anthony, that's a great observation. Does anyone else have anything else to add before I speak to that, Mr. Anthony?
So wouldn't cash flowing it through a rental show steady income? So it would allow her to be able to, it would lower her DTI and it would allow her to make the next purchase.
Ooh, this man's smart up here, man. Hey, shoot. Marlon, where you been at my whole life? No, he's absolutely right. And so I can break it, chime in here. So she has one VA loan. She can get approved for another one to purchase a property. Now, with her, we want access. We want control of this property. We want this property. So with her, she's afraid, hey, if I do this, my VA, they're not going to approve me because my DTI is going to be off. So what if we're able to show it, as Jahmillah like to say, as a asset and not a liability when it comes to proving that her DTI ratio? What if we're able to craft up this opportunity to where it shows that way and we still get control of the asset? Do you think that will work, Marlon?
Most definitely, yes.
Yeah. So Anthony, with what you were sharing, Anthony, is that, hey, it will hinder, you didn't say it would stop, it will hinder, maybe her mobility of getting around. Yes, for if we just did a subject to, it could hinder, what she's able to do. But because we have an understanding of creative financing and how things work versus how we think they work, hey, we know how to craft up, this opportunity here, document it properly, to now when it's time for her to go get approved for that mortgage, we walk her through that process. And here's the thing, she stays within our network. So, hey, when it's time for you to go get your mortgage, Miss Jones, hey, give us a call. Let us walk through this process and handle all of this for you.
Yeah,
She's happy, we's happy. She's happy, we's happy. So I like where Marlon's at. I like what you shared, Anthony. Did someone else have something to add to it?
Let me add on that. And also, I don't know if I heard this right, but guys, if you got VA give you a set amount of money that you can have, and you can actually use VA up onto 2 properties. It's the allocation of money. So if you got $500,000 and you got one house that's $200,000, you still have $300,000 eligibility. The only rule is you must stay in that house at least 1 year. And after that 1 year, you can move on. That's why military people are allowed to do this, because if I'm PCS here in Virginia, when I bought a house here in Virginia, I have still money allocated that if I move back to Louisiana, I can use my VA there. They don't expect you to just sell your house and get out. They give you an amount of money allocated for the time that you have it. Now, when you get to 2, you got to get commercial after that, but you can sell one.
You got to refinance one.
Yes.
You refinance one to a conventional loan, free up that VA back, and rinse and repeat.
Boom.
Actually, guys, I spoke to a VA lender a few weeks back, maybe about a month ago. And he told me that they've actually changed some of the guidelines with the VA loan to where now you don't have, that $400,000 threshold where you can only spend up to $400,000. He said it's actually unlimited, and you can purchase more than 2 homes as long as the amounts, are within your VA eligibility. Okay. So you could potentially have more than one, but you just have to have the, intent of when you get the loan of living there or moving into the house or wherever that property is. But once you get there and you don't stay, or if you still have your other property while you have the new loan in process, they're still gonna let you have that loan as long as you can qualify to cover the mortgage on it. Is what he was telling me, and that changes the game. Why? If that's actually true.
Sounds like a good problem to have for me.
Oh, that's good.
It is true, but based on your eligibility, you have to pay the difference. If it goes outside your eligibility, you have to pay the difference on the part that's above and beyond your eligibility. You have to pay the down payment on that.
He did tell me that. So you may have to come out of your pocket for 10 or 15, 20,000 if you already have 3 or 4 properties, or you trying to buy your 4th, but it opens up an opportunity for you to do that if you find properties that's like maybe only $100,000.
Yeah. All right, so let me make sure I got this straight, because this is juicy. All right, so the current house, I've already got my first year in this house. So if I decided to rent this house out and I can show a lease on this house, that will free me up to go get use my VA to go get another one.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man,
yeah.
That's strong.
But the bank lenders are usually going to want to see it on your tax return for 2 years. So just make sure that you do put it on your tax return as a rental property. Mm-hmm. And show that it's been rented for those 2 years. And it doesn't necessarily have to be 2 full years of a lease. It just has to be 2 years of your tax return. So like if you put it on your 2020 tax return, but you only had a lease for 6 months, as long as it's on that return this year, that it was leased last year and the year before that, then they will count it as income, as an income property.
Now watch this. Now watch this.
Come on, Joe.
Now watch this. Hey, Jahmillah, is it a way around that?
Absolutely. We call them bank statements.
Oh yeah, so it's ways around that as well.
Okay.
So it's so many creative ways to get to the path that you guys want to get to. I mean, like, hey, Priscilla just added and mentioned something to where, hey, I didn't even know that part. That now it's, hey, the eligibility amount is what they're focused on now, not just, the actual number of loans, which is amazing. Amazing, it is. So for those of you who have the opportunity to utilize VA loans, that's amazing. But I don't want to get too sidetracked because we're working on this transaction for Shannon. Because, we get to the end, Shannon, he going to come like, man, y'all ain't even helping me, man. What's that? So, because I know he's going to call me. All right, so guys, this is what we have. The property fixed up is worth, I'm just going to say $195,000. Yeah. Current mortgage on it right now, she owes $125,000. The monthly note is $1,000. I'm just going to use $1,030 a month. Okay. So, and you can rent that property out for probably about $1,550 to $1,600 a month. Okay. So the as is value right now is about $150. It is. It's old. It's outdated. Well, it's just outdated. And then once you get all those things out, it's some things that's going to have to be done in the home. And have to be done, you could just say paint and floors. That right there can cost you $10,000 to $12,000 based upon the size of that house. That's materials and labor. So that's a lot of money. So you look at that right now. Shannon wants to keep this house as a potential rental property. The seller wants to know, she's okay with doing a transaction creatively, but she wants to know, hey, look, how much money can I walk away with if I do this deal with you guys? All right. How much money can I walk away? You guys have any idea of what you would do before I jump in and say what I would do?
Hey, I want one of them realtors to tell me how much commission they make on a $150,000 house.
What does she want?
Well, 3% commission. So, but there in that area, you should base your numbers on 10%. That's 3% to each agent, so it's for a total of 6, and another 4% for closing costs for that area there. So that's what the safety net is.
What's she asking for?
So, well, that's the thing. She wants us to make an offer. But hey, I want you to make an offer. I don't know. You tell me what you think. That's what she's saying. So Shannon, right now, since this is a transaction that you're working, we're going to talk directly to you because we definitely want, this is your baby here. So Shannon, right now, how much money do you want to give her to walk away?
In my head, I hear 20K, Joe.
Okay.
Because I think that is what is gonna I think that's gonna motivate her to make her feel like she's not losing. But we're still giving ourselves room to walk away with something as well. I've been hearing 20K since she asked me that question. I just wasn't gonna release that number without making sure that's not me sinking my own ship before it even sails,
Okay.
But
no, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's the number I've been hearing all day, man. Because
from her or just in your mind?
Just in my intuition, because she's not a what do you call it? She's not a distress seller.
Mm-hmm.
She had just heard some things that said, okay, well, I like that. Well, let's play ball. If you guys gonna take this responsibility and give me a clean slate to walk away with just deeding over the property, keeping it in my name, I just been hearing 20,000 is the number to tell her to be like, Okay, yeah, I do that with clean slate, 20 grand.
But like I said, I want to know, where does this $20,000 number come from?
Now the 20K, I mean, between the wife and myself, well, we have
That's what
7.
you feel. That's what your gut feels.
That's what my gut feel.
Okay, yeah.
Truthfully, me and the wife, we have 7, and I felt like somebody else had at least 13. That's where the number comes from. It's no gut. It's just like I can get somebody to bring 13 to the deal. So that's where it comes from.
Okay. All right. Okay, I understand. All right. Okay, so man, it's tough to see how I guess I'm just going to break down this opportunity here, this deal. And then from there, let me open it up for questions from you, Shannon. That way, it'll help me better understand how to deliver this message to where it's coachable and teachable and understandable. This one, when you're looking at creative, it's a challenge to teach and coach and learn that. It just is. So I have to be very direct whenever I break down this opportunity here. So forgive me in advance. So this is what I'm looking at right here. The house right now is worth $150,000. Okay. If she put the house on the market, it would cost her roughly $15,000 to sell it. That's 10%. So that leaves her at $135,000. Okay, that's where we're at, $135,000. So if she sold that house for $150,000, you take that $135,000 from the cost of selling it minus the $125,000. $135,000 from the cost of selling it, from $125,000 of what's owed on it. That leaves her a total of $10,000. That's just what the numbers say.
You see why I asked the question? How much the realtors will make? That's why I said, tell me how much the realtors will make. That's what you're paying. That's what the person gonna pay regardless. They gotta pay realtors.
That's it. So and you gotta hope that you find someone that accept it as is, no repairs. That you can just walk in, walk out. Hey, I ain't doing nothing to it.
No. So the thing we didn't add on there is we didn't add on there, if it's on the market for 3 months, she's still paying insurance, she's still paying taxes, she's still paying for electric bill, she's still paying a water bill, still paying a gas bill. So if you add that up, the number come down, that 10 grand come down.
No, it does. I mean, and all that additional ammunition right there. So but now you have this $10,000. So in her eyes, it's, hey, if she says that, for me, if I'm speaking with her, well, $10,000 isn't enough. Okay, Ms. Jones, I understand. You feel like it's not a lot of money when it comes to selling your home. Okay, we're looking at just the numbers. Okay, so we know we're at $10,000. All right, what's going to make you feel better? What's going to make you feel better? And Shannon said 20,000. Okay. So I'm just using this number. Shannon said 20,000. So if Ms. Jones come back and says 20,000 to make me feel better. Okay, Ms. Jones, 20,000 would make me feel better as well if I could offer that to you. But please keep in mind your renovation cost is $25,000. So if we gave you 20,000 and we put 25,000 into the property, that's $45,000 on top of the balance that's owed on it. If we sold it, we wouldn't make any money. So we want to make it a fair exchange. And we want to make it a fair exchange. We want to make it a fair exchange for you, for this process, and for us as well. So right now we're at 10,000. Okay. You would like 20. What if we were able to budge a little, and let's just say we met in the middle at 15? Do you think we could do that? Shannon, what do you think? You think we could do 15?
I think we could.
All right. So now we agree upon the 10,000 is where we start. I mean, it's just what the numbers say. Okay. But now the thing is, we're trying to do this deal to where it doesn't cost Shannon any money up front, right? That's the goal, right, Shannon? You have 7.
That is
you
the
want
goal.
You want to try to protect that, right?
Yeah, I don't want to go broke with my first.
Exactly, because trust me, like I said, when you transition somebody out, you're gonna have to address something. It's just natural. You're gonna have to address something. Even with Risinger, you thought we didn't touch anything over there, didn't you? But no, I did. Had to go back and handle that roof. So yeah, but man. See, yeah. So and we still got to handle Whispering Pines. So it's so it's all it could be. It's just natural. It's gonna be something. So we want to do this where it doesn't cost you any money, all right, and it doesn't cost you credit, all right. $10,000 where we at. She would like a total of 15. Okay, Ms. Jones, this is what I'm going to do. I can only give you $10,000 right now because this is what the numbers say. Okay. And then I could pay you $5,000 over the next 24 months in monthly payments. Okay. That'll get you that $15,000 that you would like. All right. So that's where I'm at. I can only give you 10 right now because it's going to cost too much money to get the property ready. If it costs you 15 to get it ready, hey, it doesn't matter. Your budget is 25 right now. According, that's what you share. So 10 up front, 5 on the back end. So now how does she get the 10 up front? How does she get the 5 on the back end? So transition her out of the home. And once you get her out of the home, you start, advertising and showing the property. You can advertise and show the property. This is just one way. As a lease purchase, $10,000 down. Lease purchase, $5,000 down. So, hey, so now instead of coming to the table, Shannon, with 7, you're coming to the table with 5. Coming to the table with 7, you're coming to the table with nothing because you have a tenant buyer in place. Okay. So that's a way. That's one way. Second way is, hey, you can find an investor to invest to get that 10K. So you investor, so you can borrow it, or you can get someone to come in and give you a 10K down payment.
Okay.
Now, here's the big challenge. Once you get her to agree, you got to put it on paper. Right?
Right.
You got to be able to structure that on paper, which is the hard part, which is stuff that keep you up at night. That's when you pick up the phone and you call Jahmillah.
Okay.
Hey, Jahmillah, I have this deal. This is where we're at. Hey, I need to get it on paper. We have all the documentation, all the skills, all the knowledge, but we have a plethora of knowledge to document, put it on paper to where we can execute it. Now, because once you do that, you got to be very creative with it. So you got to be creative with it, document it to where it's a quote unquote a subject to deal. Then you have to be creative, document it to where it's the seller is benefiting from it, to where she's getting some type of monetary value off of it, to where when she goes to purchase another property, her DTI is proper, is correct. That's where Jahmillah comes in play. That's where she comes into play, to ensure that all of those things are done with accuracy. So that way, hey, when time is right, hey, streamless process for her. Streamless. But that's what I would do. Your number should be about $10,000 to walk away. That's just to walk away. And remember this, you hadn't factored in your renovation costs. And I know you mentioned refinance later. You won't be able to refinance in 5 years. Once you fix that property up, you won't be able to, because you have to have a certain level of equity in the home to be able to refinance it out. And then I'm going to say this. Why would you? She's 13 years in.
Right.
You don't refinance that. And that's you hitting the reset. Yeah, you don't reset. You let that clock run out. You let that sucker go to full term. What? The mortgage is getting paid. You got the deed to the property. So if anything ever happened to Ms. Jones, you're still safe and secure. You log on and you just keep paying the mortgage.
Yeah.
You know, keep it going. So 10K is the magic number. But now when you present it to her, you have to be, you know, knowledgeable and, you know, of, hey, the value of her home now, the cost to sell her home, and this is what's left over. This is what you would pocket. So would you rather go the long way with that, or would you rather go the short way with it? You know, and if she would like more, then you wrap whatever that additional budget is, you wrap that into your mortgage. Because right now I'm looking at about $400 cash flow. $400 cash flow. I do not own a property where I cash flow $400. Now Stockwell is cash flowing us $350. So that pushed it, but I do not have one that cash flow $400. So if you have a property that cash flow is $400, man, you're in really good shape. Really good shape. And you go in that thing with 13 years on the mortgage already. That's what option A, if you can pull that off. Okay. Option B is, you know, if you can't, you know, come up with the finances to make the deal work, you just, you know, maybe, you know, sell it off, sell it to another investor. Say, look, I got the terms, everything all worked out. You can have it for, you know, I'm just using the number here. It's, you know, all about what you guys feel comfortable with. You can have it for, you know, $2,000, you know, but now that seller has to come to the table with $12,000 plus he owes the seller an additional $5,000 plus closing costs is about $1,800. So,
yep.
You know, so we got to look at all those factors. But so number one, hey, you know, yeah, definitely go. If your goal and thoughts is to keep it and retain the home, definitely go and do it. Go for that one first. If it's not, you just need to, you know, take this experience, take the cash, move on, rinse and repeat. That's what you do. You know, that's what you do. But you got wonderful options there, man. Do you guys have anything that you would like to add, or any questions about you know what I just offered or suggested? You know, we're pretty good. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad. It seems like you know you guys are, you know, in agreements with that. But you know, that's what, you know, this type of, you know, round table is for. I mean, we discuss and we talk about so many things. We discuss so many things. This is where the knowledge is going to come from. You know, like I said, if you want to be a beast in this game, like, you have to be connected and plugged in with us. That's just bottom line. If you want to be a beast. Now, if you just want to, you know, hey, go through the motions, oh shucks, man, yeah, keep joining, keep coming, keep inviting folks. And you'll definitely continue to see value in it. If you're looking for that transition to go the extra mile, it's a game changer. Jahmillah right now is working on a deal in Detroit where she got the seller agreed to sell her the property for $120,000. Then she turned back around and put this property on the market for $145,000. Didn't touch nothing. She didn't even touch the piece of paper that the seller signed. It's all online. You know, imagine, I mean, because she understands. You know, she understands. I mean, that's that's just amazing. You know, I'm so happy for her. So happy for her. And you know what? Every single day I say, hey, what do you need? You need any help with it? Anything, you know, what's going on? Okay, everything's good. Okay, cool. It's not good. Okay, well, explain to me. Let's talk it out. And that's what we do. We talk it out. We work it out. Get her to the closing table. So, and another thing I'll share is that in our group is that come like middle of next month, we're going to have about, you know, maybe around that $250,000. You know, $250,000 always sounds like it's a lot more than $250,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna keep saying $250,000 because I just feel good whenever I say that. But we're gonna have about $250,000 to actually invest with the group. When I say invest, where, you know, whenever we come up with opportunities like this, to where it makes sense, hey, we'll actually assist you guys with the funding component of it. So that's amazing. That's great.
That is.
Yeah, it really, really is. You know, it's game changing. You know, it's game changing. This gives us the opportunity, those of us that are acquisition specialists, like myself and Shannon, hey, you know, to go out and find these properties. And for those of us that are financial components, to be able to bridge the gap, and we both work together, and we all get what we want. We all eat, you know, all a slice of that pie. So that's what we want to do. That's why we're here. And lastly, well, I don't want to say lastly, but I'm gonna share this with you guys here. I've been going at this thing for, this is probably like my 6th year. All right. A lot of you guys may or may not know my story, but damn it, I'm finna share it right now. Uh-oh, LT, was that okay to say? Well, I'm about to share it with it right now. So I started off working for a Fortune 500 company. I think it was a Fortune 500 company. So I worked for them for 8 years. Then, you know, and I'm like kicking butt. All right, I said it right, LT. I'm kicking butt, right? So at the beginning of every year, we do what we call an individual development plan, and we present it to our bosses. So Thanksgiving, hey, I did mine. They're not due to February. Thanksgiving, I already knew Thanksgiving. My boss, like, come December, man, guy had like 8 weeks of vacation a year. Come December, he's out. So I'm like, I don't want to deal with this next month. Hey, next year, let me get this done now and be done with it. So I did it right then and there. The guy looked at me. He said, "Joe, man, all this is great. I got to tell you, man, I've never had a rep do this, you know, and I've been, you know, a divisional manager for over 20 years. So all this is great." He said, "But Joe, I'm going to tell you this here." He said, "If you're not like trying to move up, you need to move out." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You got too much skills. You got way too many skills to be sitting right here. You need to be somewhere else, make a lot more money than what you are. Or if you choose to stay, I'd love to have you, but we're going to have to get you promoted. I know you don't want to move, but we're going to have to get you promoted." I'm like, okay, well, I said, let me think about it. Man, you know, I called that sucker, man, like mid-January. And when I called him, he said, "All right, go ahead and tell me where you going." I'm like, "What do you mean where I'm going?" He said, "Joe, look, this ain't my first rodeo. Who are you going to work for?" I took a job with Pfizer Pharmaceutical. Took a job with Pfizer. I left, and I was there, I want to say maybe about 2 years. And boom, they fired me. I use the term fired because that's how I felt. And when they fired me, I had just bought the house that I live in right now. On Wednesday, that Friday, I got the call. The companies merged. They merged with another company. They told me, hey, I was going to have to relocate if I wanted to retain my job. Then here's the thing. When I relocated, I would still have to interview with that division manager. They weren't just going to say, okay, move over to Houston, move over to Tampa. Nope, they weren't going to say that. So, all right, so you know what? And I'm out, let me have my package. I'm out. Took my package. During this time, I started working and investing in real estate. That's whenever I started getting in real estate. And a friend of mine saw fit where he allowed me the opportunity to go to his educational program. $40,000 is the cost. $40,000 is the cost. He allowed me to go through it. Okay, cool. While I'm there, I'm learning as much as I can, man. Hey, I'm all on. I'm like, look, I gotta make this work. I gotta make this work. Fast forward, I told myself, you know what? I want to put myself on a plan to where, and this was last year, to where I'm giving myself 8 years, then I'm out the game. Like, I want 8 years, I want to have the ability to retire. And the way I was going to have that ability to retire is cash flow. Having enough rental properties to where every single month it could pay all of my expenses, my personal expenses, And I still have an extra, about $3,000 left over. Covers all of my mortgages, and it covers my 20% that I need to set aside for vacancies and maintenance and repairs. Guys, 6 years ago. And last year I gave myself 8 years. As of today, whenever that ink dried, I surpassed that goal. Didn't take me 8 years. It took me getting fired from my last job. I call it fired too, because they got rid of my territory. And I closed more deals this year, but I call it as fired. Just lights me up. Took me getting fired from my last job, refocusing. And then how long has it been, LT? 1 month?
Yep.
1 month. 1 month. When that ink dried today, I can now sleep in my bed to 3 o'clock in the day, walk around, do whatever the heck I want to do, and never have to go work for another man. Never have to go work for another man. And here's the thing with this deal that I'll close. If I close it, hey, I did. If the deal goes south and it doesn't close, I don't care. It ain't stopping my hustle. I'm not that type to say, oh man, don't speak it until it's done. Nope. Hey, look, I'm speaking it now because I got other stuff to work on. That's just how I think. But now I have the ability to walk away. To sit back, walk away, make $3,000 more than what my personal expenses are every single month, and not have to do anything else. But that's not what it's about for me. What it's about for me is leaving that legacy for, I have one kid right now, leaving that legacy for my kid. That's number one. Number two, doing more for others. Doing more for others. That's why I dedicate my time to you guys. Number three, to make money. I ain't lying. Like, hey, I still want to make money. I still want to close deals. But to be in that position to where I went from, hey, I got an 8-year hustle plan. So, holy moly, wait a second. You mean tell me when I close this deal, I take what I have already? I close this deal and I add it together? And holy moly, I can be done.
Joe, they think you just talking. I called Joe the other day and he was on the phone talking about, wait, before you say anything, hold up. This can't be right. These numbers can't be right. I'm done, son.
I'd like to add something to that. I have been in the investment property for many years. It is great to have money coming in when you don't have to worry about it or work for it. All you have to do is wait till the first of the month and get a cash out or get a Zelle or get something that's in your bank. And while you're in the bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, thing saying, ding, ding. The next day at 3 o'clock, it says ding. On a Saturday afternoon, it says ding, and you're not doing anything. It's great. And trust me, Joe, I've been there for a couple of years now, and I'm gonna tell you, welcome to the club, brother.
I got a tenant call and say, "Cat, you got mailbox money coming. I just put your mailbox money in."
And that's awesome, man. I'm definitely blessed. But you know what? Hey, I made a commitment to another investor on the call. I don't want to say their name, but I made a commitment to another investor on the call to where, like, hey, guess what? We're gonna build it all over again. But hey, I got mine. I'm set up. I'm ready to go. Now, cool. Let's build it all over again. And hey, we're gonna build it together. So now, while I'm working and helping and assist them with, creating his financial freedom. Financial freedom.
Yeah.
Guess what? Hey, I'm still adding to my overall wealth.
Right.
And helping him. So that's. I mean, it feels great. Let me take that back. I got two individuals. I made that commitment to. And here's the thing, both separate areas. So whenever opportunity comes, it's not like, hey, who should I give it to them? Should I give it to them? No. Cool. We already know this corridor over here belongs to them. This corridor over here belongs to them. Now a team in place, boom, we just work them. So it's a great feeling, man. It really is. But I'm still here. I'm still here. Where I'm going tomorrow, LT? Where I'm headed tomorrow?
To work?
Exactly.
You going to?
No, go to St. John tomorrow. St. John tomorrow.
Look, I told you we are changing on dates. Look, guys, me and Joe has been talking a lot last week, right? We talking more than we normally talk because we really trying to streamline a process of helping everybody. The goal is, I'm telling you now, you got to take action. You got to start, and if you don't, you're gonna come in at the wrong time, right? You're gonna come in when we don't have any time, and it's gonna cost you so much more. Because the more success we make and the more people we get to where they want to go, the more we're gonna have people like DJ and Shannon get on this call and telling you that, hey, because of this group, they're taking action and they're making things happen. So more people gonna start calling, and we're gonna have less time to give. All right. Me and Joe talked last week. I'll just be frank. I said, look, Frank is a cool guy, but this Monday calls is not about Frank. This Monday calls is about we just being open and nice and kind. But when you call us on our personal time, guys, after this meeting, because we're giving out free information without any issues, no resistance, no restraints. We running our mouth like crazy, right? Giving out information. But if you call us afterwards, you need to be talking about action. You need to be talking about, I'm ready to get started. What's the price? What's the cost? What I need to do? And not about asking more questions to see how valid we are or weighing us out. That's what Monday's about. Keep getting on the Monday calls. You can weigh us out on this call. You can ask questions. We had Lieutenant Colonel retired Jones had a presentation. Some came up. I had a PowerPoint presentation ready for marketing. Anybody want to know how to get started? Start marketing. That's it. That's how you get started. You start by marketing. All right. You start your business and you start marketing. You're nothing without a business, right? We can talk about that a lot of the time. But other than that, we said, okay, then DJ was excited and he was ready to tell you about the good news story. So, hey, let's pivot. Let's go off that. And then I just start interviewing him about what he did and how Joe assisted him, right? And then we went from DJ's story to Shannon's story. Real life situation, people taking action now, and we're talking about how to help this person finish the deal, right? We were looking for more. I was trying to keep my mouth closed as much as possible. I tried to just put in a little bit, but I really wanted to get you all involved in the conversation because it's for you. It's not for us, right? Shannon told y'all I paid for a whole bunch of material. I got a lot of knowledge. DJ, what's his name? Somebody trying to speak? Somebody unmuted. All right. What's his name? Oh, dang. Joe told me, stop buying so much. Joe said, you buy too much. I like, bro, everything I buy is like a no-brainer. It's like a no-brainer. Like, dude, buy it. Because guess what? It's going to be useful for somebody. I literally bought dueling. I was telling Joe was telling me a story today. I ain't going to tell y'all everything. He was telling me a story. I said, bro, I got something for you, man. I bought it last week. I bought dueling. Dueling where they draw it. You can sketch a picture of whatever you're talking about. And you just put up the script and the words pop up. I'm like, hey, I'm excited. I'm like, I bought it. He said, why you bought that? I like, bro, people like interactive stuff. He said, yeah, they do. I said, I just bought it. It's a one-time buy. Usually they charge monthly. I bought it one time. I got it. Now, if you need it, I got it. I got a bot. I got robots. I can sell y'all a bot. If you know what a bot is whenever you go to your insurance and say, do you want to talk to a person or would you mind me helping you? And the computer thing just talked back and forth to you, answer all your questions. And then when it gets to the point that it got all your information, then it turned over to a person. All I got to read, catch up, and boom, you're done, right? Bought bots. I can sell bots. Selling for $2,000. I don't know, throw a number out there. The man said you can sell them for $5,000. He said you can sell for whatever, right? If somebody want a bot, I'm selling bots. Bought it one time, now I can sell them all the time I want, right? So guys, opportunity knocks. You really want to do a deal. I talked to Joe. I'll tell y'all this, and I'm done about what me and Joe talked about. Well, two things I'm gonna tell you. We're trying to combine our assets together. All the stuff I got, all the stuff he got, all the resources we have, and we're gonna create a package plan for you all to use. We're gonna do different levels in the future, right? In the near future, there's gonna be different levels. The first package is gonna come with just material. The second two packages gonna come with a little coaching, and then the third package gonna come with a lot of coaching, right? That's pretty much how we can streamline this thing. We're building this thing up together. The other part is shoot. I don't know, I lost it. That's the most important thing. We're trying to package a deal for you all, right? And I forgot the last thought I just had. It just slipped my mind. But we're definitely looking at how can we help more people. We both streamlining our efforts to see how we can help more people. Oh, that's the last thing. We want to make success stories, right? We need you in to make success stories. If you on these calls and you think that we're gonna do all the work and just hand you over a deal, you crazy. I'm gonna be flat out. You crazy, right? Who in a right mind is gonna do all the legwork, do all the deal, and then just give it to you? Nah. We are here to assist you with learning the process so that if you don't like, if you want to keep doing it on your own, you can. All right. Or if you like the assistance you got and the aid you got, we made it seamlessly, a little bit struggle, but we made it easier than the process by yourself. Then, hey, we make a little money, you get the property, or you bring money in and we all split the deal with a JV, whatever. I don't know. We'll come with a creative way that we all get paid. But I promise you this, me and Joe both committed right now to creating some success stories, right? Creating actual people from start to finish this process and win. Because the more you win, the more you can go out there and tell somebody else about, bruh, these folks are the real deal and they're trying to help you win. Shannon just told you, he called me at like 11 something at night. It was late. I was tired. He asked me, what do I owe you? I just started pulling out my computer and said, what you need, bro? And I just pulled my phone out and I pulled the numbers up, screenshot, sent it to him. He said, what I need to do? I said, walk around the room and show the ugliest room and stop in the ugliest room in the house whenever you go over there. I said, videotape everything so we can see it and whoever you want to do. I gave him the low numbers that, hey, these are numbers right here just in case. But tell her you find a deal that you can walk away and you ain't got to touch nothing. We don't want you messing with nothing. Let somebody else deal with that. I gave him just the basics and then I went to sleep. But that's the type of stuff you're going to get with the third plan, not the second plan, right? You can hit us up whenever. Is that going to come free? Nah, it's not. It's not, all right? You're going to have to pay something up front. But if you close on one deal, one thing I'm going to ask you to do, if you think like pennies, you get pennies, right? If you think like pennies, you get pennies. But when you start thinking big and understand the big picture, then you get big outcomes, right? I remember Steve Harvey. If y'all don't look up Steve Harvey's story, he tell you in a minute. He kept on saying, people praying to keep an old regular car. Well, you need to be praying to ask God for a brand new car. You praying for something small. Oh, let this car last for a little while longer. When you should be saying, God, give me something new. That's what you should be saying. So look, the amount of cost it's going to cost you if you close one deal and you start cash flowing, you made your money back. And if you think small, you're going to be small. But if you think big, big things going to happen. That's just real talk. That's just real talk. I'm speaking this into existence, just like Jahmillah spoke into existence to Shannon, saying, why you advertise something for Joe? You get out there and get it for yourself. And then he walked right across the street the same day and he made a deal. He got something, he ready for a contract. The woman saying, just give me a number. Guys, it's all about you. Let's take action. It's 2021. Let's end 2021 better than we started it. 2020 was a test. I really believe that was a test. We all on this call, we survived it. You're taking out time on your Monday night, late at night to be on this call, and you're not on here just because you just want to be on here just to hear what we're talking about. You're on here because you want to take action. Guys, I'm going to keep pressuring you to take action. Joe is definitely going to pressure you to take action. And we want you to, guys, not for our benefit, but for your benefits. I promise you it's for your benefits. I promise you, if you start today, next year you have more opportunities to grow.
With that.
I told sir, what I just told you today about it's always good to apply for what?
You know, I'm a little bit older than you, and sometimes my mind goes and comes. So you're gonna have to give me a clue on that. We did talk today. We talked with some.
I said I like to apply for stuff. I said I like to apply for these. Why?
Yeah, I'll help you. I'll help you out, Colonel. We teammates over here.
That.
Hey, we teammates over here. Yeah. LT like to apply for them loans.
Yeah, he does.
He like to apply for loans because it tells you, one or two things. One, how much money you think you making. Two, how much money you actually making.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
He like, I love applying for it. I said, man, you sure right. You sure right about that, man. Mm-hmm. You was on to something with that.
Guys, this EDIL and this PPP loans, when I tell you, I don't know, you don't really know how much money you making or how much you're growing in income because you're paying so many bills, right? You got so many expenses. That ice storm came, you spend all that money. Roofs happen, leaks happen, stuff happened with your house, you don't know it. But that EDIL made me go back and look at 2019, 2020, and 2021. And when I had to put all that information in, I'm like, yeah. I don't see it in my bank. I promise you it's not in the bank account. However, it did come in at one point or another because the numbers don't lie.
Right.
When you got to go to a bank, you got to fill out a financial needs statement, a financial statement every time. And when you fill it out again, booyah, you actually making money.
You don't
now,
know.
When you first start, guys, if you thinking you're gonna make money and pocket it,
no.
Nah. Unless you get a real good deal.
Well, unless you do creative financing. I would say that Joe is profiting because he's doing creative financing. But if you go in and do it the old school way, where you put a loan on the house, I'm telling you now, if you do it the old school way, you're not going to see a profit for today. All right, you're not.
Nope.
But if you do it creatively,
Amen.
Go and overpay for that sucker you want to.
Yeah, you got a return on your investment. You got to pay back, right? But over a course of time, having assets one way and gaining assets and keeping them, you're going to see the benefit. If I die today tomorrow, my insurance will pay off every last one of my house, and my kids will live better than I ever live, right? It's not about me. I'm just trying to be the vessel that God using for my inheritance, for the people that are going to inherit what I'm working for. It's not about me living the best life. It's about my grandkids' kids living the best life, guys. That's my goal. So I got enough insurance that if anything ever happened to me today, tomorrow, whenever, everything paid off, and then they decide whether they want to keep the property, sell the property, or rent the property out, or live in the property. Whatever they want to do. My three boys have an opportunity that I didn't have when I was a baby, right? My mom and dad had one house. Man, have 11.
Who's the beneficiary?
What'd you say, SL?
Who's the beneficiary?
Oh man, the three boys, man, and my mama.
All right, I digress.
Hey, look, we're gonna work on you being the beneficiary to another deal. We're gonna do it together, and I'll make you the beneficiary. We'll partner up and we'll be each other beneficiaries. So if something happened to you, you'll pay me you off your side, and if something happened to me, it'll pay my side off, and you keep the property. Boom.
I came with you.
Guys, nah, man, that's what I got for y'all. I mean, I was quiet tonight because Joe definitely already texted me earlier today and said Shannon got opportunity. DJ got on a call and he said, let me tell y'all a good news story. Like, you know what I'm saying? All I can say, let me touch the hem of his garment. You know what I'm saying? Joe is the man. Golden tip Joe. So good job, man. Look, 2 hours in. Appreciate everybody getting the call, staying this long. I hope y'all got some out of it. I mean, you literally had a person told you, Joe pulled up an example in a Monday class, just talking about a deeds for foreclosure. A person on the call took action, took the address down, took it serious, and followed up on it. And now he's got a potential deal. You have another opportunity where a young man, after one of the calls, hit me up, told me about the person that want to sell their property. I gave him a little advice. I shot him some numbers late at night. He went to Jahmillah, called him out on it. And then he went to Joe, and he got more insight. And now he got a person ready to walk away with the right information, the right knowledge to make an informed decision. And then you hearing about me and Joe, you heard Joe's story, recapping why he's where he's at, what he can do based off decisions he made. And then here I am closing us out with, guys, take action, take action, take action. Because once we start getting folks closing deals with us, and once we start getting the real backing of this is what we can actually do for people, I mean, the price is going to be higher and our time is going to be more valuable. And we're not going to be there to be the same person we were now. I mean, that's fair. I mean, that's accurate. That's not trying to BS you, because I'm going to tell you, my goal is I want to be on somebody's talk show. I want to be out there telling folks that, hey, this is what we got to offer. I want the commercials. I want to be the Carton Sheets of the 2020s. I want to be that guy to say, I know people that know people that know people. And I want you people to be those people I know that's helping people close deals now. Because we trained you on how to do it. And now you want to teach more people. And we all make money. That's my end state. I just want to be the guy that, hey, mentor, coach, and guide people to closing deals, to making money. And you go find more people that want to make money, bring them in, and then they make money, and they get there, they're living their life, they're living their dream, and then we keep on moving. And then I can just come up on weekends like Joe want to do and do a 3-day class and teach everything in one 3-day class. And then the people that take action for real, we'll coach them and mentor them for the next month or two. And then they close so many deals, and then we got more people teaching more people. That's my end state. Y'all heard it. I'm done. Simon. Joe, you got anything, brother? That's all I got. My water got.
No, man. Dude, you did a wonderful job, man, wrapping this thing up. I hope tonight, something was said, or that continues to encourage and motivate us all. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to, being able to share more success stories. I'm looking forward to hearing Shannon close this deal, David closing this deal, and many more. But guys, remember this to Shannon and David. Hey, look, that's just one little small little piece. Hey, look, we want you to eat. We want you to eat till you get full. So hey, don't focus all your energy on it, but definitely keep working the lead. And whatever we can do to assist you, you guys just hey, we're here. And that's for everyone else too, everyone else. So, and I just really appreciate you guys for allowing us to, be able to utilize this platform, to stay encouraged and motivated too. I mean, hey, look, LT, he gets super excited on Mondays. Hey man, what are we talking about? Hey, well, hey, I got this PowerPoint. I'm like, LT, we ain't trying to go to church tonight. Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, because he'll take us there, man. But that's just because he's just so passionate about delivering really quality, authentic information to where we all can, go on and be successful. So, to wrap it up, guys, hey, I appreciate everyone. If you need anything, man, hey, don't hesitate. Drop us a line. This is what we're here for, guys. That's it for me, LT.
Unmute. Anybody else got anything before we close? Anybody got any last minute questions or anything? Awesome deal. Hear none. Hey, look, next Monday, Cynthia, I know you want to teach. I got you. Hey guys, Cynthia want to teach. Miss Scott want to teach about some insurance and how you leverage your insurance policy. Next week we got Lieutenant Colonel Jones. And the week after that, you can do it, Miss Scott. We'll get together, but the week after that, we'll just get on a few minutes early to make sure we got all our comms right. you got access to get on. And Lieutenant Colonel retired Jones is gonna go next week. Sir, you teaching about
business credit,
credit.
Teach me how to cut it.
Personal credit, business credit, how to make money out of credit.
Cool beans. So guys, y'all got it. We got 2 more weeks of this. We still will give opportunity for good news story. We'll work on we ain't got a refined agenda right now because we definitely trying to get more people involved. And we definitely going to try and always either start with a good news story or end with a good news story. And we'll just try and put it out there so y'all can kind of have some information on what's going on. But we definitely want to bring as many people as possible to help with the initiative of taking action, right? Telling you what they're doing personally to take action and telling you how they know, basically what they're doing personally, right? We want everybody to talk from their own experience, not what you heard somebody say, but what you know to be true. And if we do that, then we definitely can influence folks' actions. And that's what I believe, at least. So thank you so much. Did you unmute, Miss Cynthia?
No, I did. I did, but thank you. Thank you.
Well, look, we'll talk again. I think we talked one time, but if you want to have another conversation on another end, we can. But we definitely need to touch base between the next 2 weeks before you teach to make sure we're good on everything and go forward from there. And I know that Ms. Castro is working on a deal right now that I gave her some leads, and she probably getting back with me on those too. But we'll talk about that next week. Maybe it's a good news story. Hopefully we can make some actions on that. What you got, Miss Cynthia?
No, that's good. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. All right. Well, thank you all. If nobody have anything else, have a great week. Look for the YouTubes, share the YouTubes, like, subscribe, ask other folks to like and subscribe. Let's build our YouTube channels up. And let's grow this call, guys. Thank you so much. I hope y'all getting like the million emails I'm sending out on Sundays and Mondays.
Yes, we are. You and Joe both.
Well, I intentionally did not text anybody today. I wanted to see how many people gonna get on without the text message. And I think we got up to like 25. I want to say at any given time we hit up to 25. So that's awesome with no text messages. That if I had text messages, we would have probably got to like 40 or 50. Guys, help us to grow this organization. Help us to grow the generational wealth. Help us to give the opportunity out to people that they have opportunity to hear some good information, good knowledge. And let's just keep growing this business and let's grow everything so we can all reach our goals. Y'all know my goals. Y'all know Joe's goals. All right. Love y'all. Take care. Be safe and goodbye.
Thank y'all. Good night. Congrats, guys.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.